Are you trying to sound like the baby?
No.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your entertainment podcast for everything movies, television, video games, and more. My name is Adam.
I'm Oliver. I forgot the button up.
Indecency.
Does it look better?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Now it's choking me.
Then
No, I'm
just
kidding.
So guys, we went to go see. Welcome to the special bonus episode of our podcast to talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Yeah.
Aquaman 2. Dos.
Honestly, okay.
Dos Aqua.
Let's start
Dos
from.
Aquis.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to do this just starting from the beginning of the movie, or
No.
from the beginning of like how we got there? Do we want our personal experience on how we got to the movie theater, or like the movie itself? Like, how do you want to do that?
Let's go personal experience first. Let's
Okay,
do-
first Adam was late.
Hey, what did we show up on time for? The fucking
The
movie.
movie, not the previews.
What, the 3 fucking trailers because of the strike? It's not like anything's coming
Dude,
out
there
right
were
now.
so many trailers. The movie didn't start till like the movie was like what 6:15.
Yeah.
I got there at 5:50, and then Johnny got there.
The
we were
movie
there
started
with
at
a friend, Johnny.
exactly 6:40 because I looked at my watch. Because I was
6:40.
I needed.
So that was 25 minutes of trailers. Each trailer's averaging 3 minutes. That's so many trailers.
and I got there at 6:24 because that's when I texted you. And what did we do for the next 14 minutes? Oh, that's right. Get hot dogs.
I know, and we only watched like 2 trailers.
Yeah, well.
Lame. So Adam was late.
And
And
then you couldn't get hot dogs before I got there?
no, because we didn't have we didn't have fucking tickets, man. You had the tickets. You were Ticketmaster. You were running on AOL internet, and we couldn't get it.
I could have sent Johnny his. He didn't ask for his.
He did. Well, no, he said, "Oh, I sent Adam the money." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
damn."
I could have sent Johnny the ticket.
Well, Johnny fucked up. Johnny, you fucked up.
Johnny, your fault.
Johnny could have prepped everything, saved our seats.
We're innocent. It's Johnny's fault that I was late.
Okay, but anyway, yeah. So we get in.
Oh, by the way, when I was running late, I'm like, oh man, I missed the movie. Then I'm like, wait, I'm gonna fuck this movie. Like, I don't give a shit what I miss. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I went into this movie expecting it to be shitty, and damn, was I proven right.
But isn't it better to enter a movie like with the lowest expectation so you enjoy some part of the movie?
Yeah, that was the end.
Yeah, it was the end.
Yeah. So okay.
That's why I wanted to watch the trailers.
to give us a good experience.
So we go in, we order food,
Yeah.
chili hot dog.
You know what I felt really bad for?
What?
The 2 people that were sitting like 1 seat away from me, but us 3. Because when me and you, like, we're loud. We are loud, just like we are on the podcast in real life. But when it comes to theaters, we are pretty good at being like whispering and quiet.
Yeah.
Johnny
They
doesn't
weren't.
have that. Johnny doesn't.
He doesn't?
He like turned to me and started talking about what was it? Oh, Dolph Lundgren and his like degree or like master's.
Oh,
in
yeah,
physics.
yeah.
But he turns, starts talking so loud that I can tell in my peripherals. I see both the girl and the guy just do this.
What the I didn't know
Like-
that. There was no one next to me.
Yeah, I think he whispered to you, but spoke loud in my direction, even though I was whispering to him. And I was like, I don't
Johnny, no!
like. No, Johnny, you're great. I love you. But I felt bad for them.
That's
Also,
so-
like, we all sat down with like the noisiest things because like we had popcorn, 3 hot dogs, and chicken nuggets.
Bro, we had so much food. Yo, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So we walk in the theater. What do you get? What'd you get?
I got Impossible Nuggets.
Yeah.
And that's it at first. Okay, so a little bit into the movie, since I started to really not care about it, I was like, I can walk away at this point because it was a part where like Orm gets broken out of prison, which is legit most of the trailer. So I was like, ooh, I can walk away.
Oh,
I've
so
seen
you knew
this.
that.
So I knew what was going to happen there. I knew that he was going to go from skinny to big because they showed it in
Yeah.
the trailer multiple
Okay.
times. So I'm like,
Also, Patrick
whatever.
Wilson, great job.
Yeah.
I think he did great.
And so I leave and I mobile order on my phone. I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
that's smart.
let me mobile order, and then when it's ready, they'll text me. I'll go get it. So that's what had happened.
Okay.
So they text me like, "Oh, it's all ready." So I go downstairs, and I ordered more Impossible Nuggets because Johnny was
Should
so
we
nice.
say this? Because I know what you're going to say. Should we say this? AMC, stop watching.
No. No, if they did it as a gift, that's great. But so this, like, nothing bad happened essentially. But I ordered a Impossible Nugget, another round of it because the first one was not satisfying. Even though I was like 3 nuggets into the second one, I'm like, my eyes were bigger than my stomach, but I had to brave through it. So I get the nuggets and I get a large drink.
Yeah.
Large drink.
Dude, that thing's fucking massive, by the way.
Which
Jesus
was half
Christ.
off, by the way, because I had a coupon for
That's
being a
nuts.
Stubbs member. So I got this for like $3. So I go over there. I'm like, hey, do you guys have my Impossible Nuggets? Because it wasn't up on the kiosk. They're like, oh, yeah, that's behind the thing on the warming. So they give it to me, and they're like, and the rest of your stuff's up there. I'm like, the rest of my stuff. So I go over there, and there's a bag with 1 cup. There's another bag with something else, and then there's a bag with a cup and a popcorn bucket full of popcorn. I look at the one with just the cup, and it says Steve. I'm like, well, that's not my name. And I look down, and it says Adam, 1 large drink, but in the bag is a drink and a full tub of popcorn. So I just took it. Like, it says my name on it. It was Steve, and the other one was like
You didn't
Martha
misorder
or
or
something.
anything? Do
What?
you see like your receipt? Did it
It
charge
said
you?
1 large drink on there, yeah, but it didn't charge me for the popcorn.
That's fucking weird.
So
I thought that was like, you walked back in, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? This guy doesn't eat a lot, and you got like a large in a bag. I was like, is this a to-go item?
Yeah, no,
Are
they
you leaving
put it
later?
in a bag, and then that's when I really felt bad because I'm like, man, we were already nosy enough. Now I'm bringing
Now
a
you're-
fucking plastic bag. Yeah, did you see me open it? I was like, as slowly as possible.
So
and I
gentle, like you're
lifted the popcorn, placed it in my lap, and then I went.
like you're defusing a bomb.
Yeah, and then I like put the rest of it down because I'm like, uh-oh, I didn't go get my drink. I didn't put like any drink in it.
Oh, empty cup.
Yeah, but I was like, I ain't
Who
getting
puts
back
the
up.
cup in the fucking bag during it? What is that? Like, what do you? Anyway, let's get to the movie.
All right, guys. So I have a couple of notes of that I started taking down. Because I'm going to say right now, the first 55% of this movie is overall just shit. And I only say that with the fact that the trailer tells you everything that happens in the first 55 minutes of this movie. All the exposition is already there, even though they exposize so much more in this movie. Like, they have to really hold your hand and guide you through everything, which for some people, I understand that's nice, but for others, like myself...
Nice.
Like,
That's a
well,
funny way to
for
put
people
it.
that like watch it and they don't really know, or they're coming with someone else and they're not like aware of what's really going on. Like, okay, there's that.
First, if you're watching like a sequel to something, psychopath.
yeah, that's the exposition there. Or if it's been a while since the last one came out too, so maybe that's another thing. But with everything cut out of this movie, which brings me to one of my points, it definitely made it feel very plot holy. And guys, so everyone knows about what happened with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Everyone thought, like, oh, they're going to cut her out of the movie. And they didn't cut her out.
They just cut her into bits.
She had a total of 8 lines.
She actually
guys.
I feel like she got more than she should have deserved.
Yeah. She got 8 lines, and all she did was kept coming in and saving people.
Yeah, she was a waterbender. She's Katara.
She, like, just kept coming in and being, like, that fucking ex machina for everybody of just, like, yeah. Came in, boom, saved. Then she leaves. Boom. It's like Chris Angel coming and doing a
It was
magic
so
trick and
weird.
walking away.
There was a point in the beginning of the movie, I was telling you after, I thought he was single in the movie. I thought somehow she died or
Yeah.
something. And I was so confused because, what is Boba Fett's name?
Tamara Morrison.
Yes. They were cheersing at like a dinner table,
Mhm.
and they're like, cheers to single dads. I'm like, oh, he's single. And then later on, he's like, don't touch my wife. I'm like, why? You're married. So I guess the cheers was just for your dad. Like,
Yeah.
cheers to that. It was just really like jarring to hear because I really thought they were just gonna get rid of her.
Yeah. She was in it, guys, and she comes out of, like, the thing is, they don't even talk about how she healed from the fucking scar. She just
Oh,
showed
she
up,
just like hospitalized and then was that
and then
was
was fine. Yeah, there was so many things in that. The other thing I don't like, there was a point where his child is crying, and it
That's so
sounds
near the end,
literally
though.
like, well, this is this
Isn't
is when
it-
I
did it
started
near the end?
taking notes.
Oh, okay.
Because everything else is just shit. There's nothing to take notes on. Anyways, the baby cooing. I was also too busy eating a whole tub of popcorn and chicken nuggets.
Also, I did get another chili dog in the middle of the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But the baby cooing, that's what I called it. Because it was supposed to be crying, but this bitch is over here like,
Yeah, it's exhibiting the baby learning to talk to animals, but it sounded like it was gargling Listerine for the first time ever.
It was weird. And the thing is, this thing was very scattered with jokes and puns. So many puns throughout these things.
Yeah.
And, like, they had, like, baby peeing jokes and stuff like that. And, like, it
It was like forced humor.
Forced humor, especially when you have a humor scene that should be funny in any other context, but you have Amber Heard as like the butt of the
Oh
joke.
yeah, and it makes it weird.
Yeah, you can't laugh at it. It's
Yeah.
a good
Also,
scene.
yeah. Fucking, there's a scene where the baby's peeing.
Yeah.
And then Jason Minimosa dodges it.
Yeah.
And she pushes the pee towards his mouth. Bruh, you shit on beds. Like, that's no joke.
Like, and not only that, let's talk about this for a second. There was a point in it where we see her. I forget. It's in the beginning of the movie, but it definitely looked like it was CGI'd. Like all of her was CGI'd in. I'm like, I don't even think that she was there. I think it was a thing.
Isn't it more money?
I think it was a
CGI?
reshoot that happened after her trial, and they needed to put her in there somehow.
Oh, I see.
And maybe because unfortunately she has nothing. I don't think she had anything to do with strikes. But anyways, other than that,
That's
this
crazy.
movie very predictable.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
100% predictable. Even though the way the villain went out, I did not see that one.
I think the only part that I would have liked, the only part that I didn't think would be predictable, was Patrick Wilson's character if he did betray them. That would have been so fucking cool.
Yeah.
If he let that dude die. I saw that smirk on his face. I'm like, oh, fucking please. And then he saves him.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. Well, now we're going the route that's not worth pursuing.
They needed to wrap it all up being the last one.
Yeah, maybe the original script had him betraying them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably.
But dude, that smirk, I was like, oh, please give me a Loki vibe.
Can we talk about how they go to the pirate planet and you have this Jabba
the Hutt? Yo, I was gonna say that to Johnny, but I want to say it too loud.
Not only that, I don't even think Johnny would know what we're talking about. Sorry, but Johnny, you're young. I don't know how much.
No, he watched them. He watched them.
Did he?
Yeah. After like a couple podcasts.
Okay, making sure. I don't know.
He watched them, I think.
But yeah, so like I was like, why is this Jabba the Hutt? Why is this?
Dude, that was so silly. Wars? That was so stupid.
And then the fucking random singer.
Yeah.
After
Star Wars.
they fly away. Yeah, it was. So I will say this. One thing I will say that I really liked about the movie. The horror aspects, because James Wan does no horror. So like the scary moments were legit scary. And I feel like if they would have done that with the whole movie, made it super dark, like borderline scary, show that villain more, show his like the
villain was, could have been
the
good.
Inhabitants more,
potential.
That villain was really cool.
And some of the during
really good backstory
when they had to save Patrick Wilson's character, like those prisoners guards were like, they were really well done.
Yeah, like they could have done, like he had a good backstory. He could have been a very solid villain, but we'll get to that. And then another thing I'm gonna say is there was a point when Orm gets attacked by Black Manta, right? Like, remember he got like grabbed Black Trident. Yeah, and then we go to them up above where everyone where Amber Heard saves them or whatever, blah blah blah. They get up. And he's talking to everyone about like what he saw. And I said it to Johnny. I'm like, look at his chest. And on his chest, where he's supposed to be burned, it just looks like makeup. It looks like a makeup stick that was
really
put on different spots.
Taped on.
Not even just taped on. It just looked like someone was like, do that, now do another
That's
shade,
so
now
funny.
do another shade, and that looks like a bruise. And it was so bad. And it was like right there in the plate, like in the lighting and everything. I was like, that legit just looks like makeup. Like it doesn't look real. I'm like, damn, for a movie that cost so much money, you would think
you could spend a little bit more time
just to CGI over it.
I mean, it could be
like, how does that get past the editing room?
Well, it probably did, just because they were like, this is our third time fucking filming this, just run it through.
Maybe, but I didn't really like that. Also, the random giant animals and the giant rat.
Giant rat was weird.
That was so weird.
I got thrown off by what is it? I almost said Helm's Deep. It's not Helm's Deep. But there were very Lord of the Rings-esque looking areas. Yeah. But yeah, that Hell's Deep, I think is what it's called. I forget. But that was weird with the whole, gamma radiation type stuff. I do like the character of Asian Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right. All right. If you got that reference.
Jimmy Woo, guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm going to quickly go over the next things like rapid fire. But before we get to that, here's a word from our sponsor.
Thank you for BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you can just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to a therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. With BetterHelp, you can get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you. Any scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price. Just get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/nerdlocker. The link is going to be right down below in the description.
Hi, classic horror icon here. You're probably wondering, what's going on?
Yeah?
Well, let me ask you, do you like scary movies?
Yes?
Then boy do I have some news for you. There's this business called Seventh Ink, founded by Matthew Johnson, a local artist in the Florida area who creates amazing clothing with his own original Halloween-inspired art. Not only do they have t-shirts, hoodies, and dresses, they have pins, magnets, hats, and more.
Wow, these designs are actually pretty sick.
Here, try one yourself.
Oh shit, these are actually pretty nice.
Check under the shirt.
How did you get 2 shirts on me? What are you doing? Give me the shirts.
That's Seventh Ink, ladies and gentlemen, and if you follow the link below and use our code ANGEL at checkout, you'll get 10% off your entire order. That's ANGEL at checkout for 10% off your order. They even have holiday designs right now that are to die for. Isn't that right, little buddy? Aww, not another one.
And we're back. So one of the things I want to say, the plot point that I think was a really good idea, but they didn't use a lot more of, other than the villain, was the global warming plot. I really did enjoy that. Like
That was
how
interesting.
it was tying into everything, and like what they were doing, and how like where these villains were, and like how they're coming to the surface now, and like it was so well done. And that's something that I think Aquaman could fight in a different way, is global warming. But like they were just trying too hard to push what seemed like 2 plot lines together into one, which didn't really work out. And then also, like, I know he starts by saying like, my superpower is I talk to fish.
Yeah,
And
which
that's
he used
literally-
once.
and he uses it almost at the end too. Like it's just like you say it for the exposition of it's gonna save you. And
No, that was the one time.
No, he does it at the end too. That's how he gets out of the thing.
What thing?
Talks to fish when he's fighting against.
Yeah, he calls all the whales.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time he uses it.
Well, I mean, in the beginning when he was talking about it.
Oh, that was
montage,
shitty. No, that
he was
doesn't
using
count.
it. Okay. His kid used it more times.
For real though, his gargling Listerine kid.
Also, there was a point where like there was a like this machine tentacle monster thing that was going up a building, and swear to God, it looked like stop motion, like Corpse Bride.
Yeah. Also, I
Night
wanted
Before
to
Christmas.
touch on that. These machines are
Doc,
from
Doc Ock machines.
are these thousands of years old, right?
Yeah.
These things are capable of so many fucking things.
Mm.
Dude, they robbed a bank basically
Yeah.
with delicacy.
Mhm.
They swim fast as fuck. They can helicopter and climb.
Yeah.
And then you go to Atlantis and they have manta rays that don't do anything and they don't use it for anything else.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It was very underutilized. A lot of things were underutilized, I think.
Oh,
And I think it was definitely like, oh, we don't want to spend the money on something that's not going to continue on. So like, fuck it. Like, we're not going to try to like.
Don't
make it
even
work.
like just
Don't even release the movie.
just put it to streaming only. I
Yeah.
just spent $20 to fucking watch a movie.
So another thing I wanted to say is I really hope that the CGI does get better for like the DCEU as opposed to the DCEU because
Right.
the Flash, this movie,
They
even,
weren't
like,
great.
Even BVS with the mustache thing with Superman and Henry Cavill, like they've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's been just shitty. Or not that it wasn't just or BVS, it was Justice League. And then so the villain finally at the end is about to break out.
Shittiest part.
They throw the black trident at it. He catches it. He's about to use it. And then Aquaman is thrown his spear by Trident. Who throws it to him?
Patrick Wilson.
Yep. So we have the two main characters that you saw throughout the whole thing, and they're about to win. In the stupidest of ways, he throws it and breaks the spear. It goes through it and just shatters it from the bottom up. And yet it went through so much more, has been split in half, went toe to toe with that same spear.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden,
Now I get. Yeah, he got it up
is it
the
because
butt.
he threw it a little bit harder?
It's because
or
he
like,
threw it up the butt, dude. That's
Yeah.
like the weak point.
there was one little
Yeah,
like
that's it.
the Death Star and just bam.
Also, when Arthur Curry's brother, he's like, Arthur, dude, throw it.
Oh yeah,
You both are strong as fuck.
yeah. But that was a little bit just ridiculous. And then also at the end, guys, the other villain, Black Manta, seems like he's about to like. He was just gung ho kill Aquaman the whole time. There was no
It
character
was annoying. It was just
development because he was controlled the whole time, and it just made him, I
He
guess,
was just
worse. Even at the
there.
end when he was cured, and then at the end when he was about to get saved, he says no and
he says,
falls down.
"Nah, bruh. You think he'll live? Because it looked like he'll live from something. It'd be
No.
controlled by something else."
No, I think at this point we can be safe to assume he's dead, considering
Okay.
they're not continuing the DCEU.
Nah, he's alive.
Like
He's
they're not
getting his own
bringing-
TV show guy on Disney Plus.
No, he's gonna be Wonder Man. That actor.
Wonder Man. Who's Wonder Man?
He's a Marvel character that
Oh,
will be
wow.
like on the Marvel Spotlight this next year.
Oh,
So he'll be coming over there. So we'll be seeing that actor again, just on the other side. Also, another thing at the end scene when he's saying bye to his brother, and then you're like, "All right, see you next time," and they go to shake hands. Guys, there's like this fucking metal sound that
it's like two fucking magnets.
Yeah.
that they didn't mean to do.
and it just, I was like, "Who the fuck?"
Please
is
pay attention to that because it's so fucking
Who's
obnoxious.
running audio? Whoever is the guy that let
Someone's like by a gong. Just
whoever was just with the fucking markers on here and the Sharpies was also just like, I'm gonna pick the best sound effect. Like, what did they do? Give this a 15?
dude, maybe the editors just thought this was funny.
I don't know. They're like, it's not a comedy.
There was one part, and I think you would agree, that was good in this scene, and it was the Trident versus Trident scene that looked like a
Yes.
continuous shot mixed in with CGI shots.
Black Manta versus Aquaman.
Yeah, and it looked
no.
really
Was
good.
it Black Manta? No, it was Orm versus Aquaman.
No, it was Aquaman. Yeah, it was Black Manta versus Aquaman.
Okay, yeah. So they're going with it at the Trident, and the thing is this scene is going. It's fast.
It's
like,
and
bam,
we're
bam, bam,
spinning
bam,
around.
bam,
We're getting
bam,
multiple
yeah.
views. The choreography is great. We're like, wow, this is.
I don't
what
know
this
how
movie
much
should
that
be.
was practical or not. I don't know anymore.
You
Especially
can
'cause
tell in
everything's
certain
underwater,
shots.
so like you don't really know.
Yeah,
So it's harder to tell like if anything.
the
was
movie had a good
practical.
mixture of like some good CGI, some what the fuck is it?
The scary moments were good CGI. Anything that dealt with the horror aspect of this movie was great CGI.
I did like
the
when
monsters, the villain himself, like all that stuff, great CGI.
I did like
Any human in a suit
yeah, right.
was shitty CGI because it was.
But no,
like, you
no,
could
wait.
see
Minus that, I did like when he went to pick up the baby. Mantis went to go kidnap the baby, and he turned on the flashlight, and it was the Mantis's eyes in
Oh,
the
yeah.
kitchen. I was like, oh, okay. I did not expect that. I was expecting something a little bit different.
Yeah.
that was pretty neat.
And then lastly, the end scene before the post-credit scene, because that's just a comedy scene. The end scene shows Aquaman coming up and like addressing everyone as a representative of Atlantis and exposing them basically to the rest of the world in a way. And
Hey, Wakanda did it.
and he did an Iron Man thing, like I am Aquaman, woo, blah blah blah. But if you guys watch it, you can tell everything is CGI'd. It's like his face was green screened, and then his suit CGI'd, green screen behind him, and all of the reactions that you see from the other characters, especially Jimmy Woo's character, is like, like he looks at the TV as if he's seeing something he didn't expect to see. But Aquaman's talking in such a weird monotone voice that it doesn't seem like he could
It
be.
fits.
Yeah, it's like you would know from walking up who that is already. So like you're not gonna go up there and be like, "Is that who I think it is?" When the TV's above everyone's head, you can see clearly.
Did they give a timeline?
So no,
No.
it just the only timeline they gave was like the 5 months later after Black.
Yeah,
Panther
that's the
finally
only-
Trident.
I feel like a timeline would have fit then, because then that gives kind of fitting for Jimmy would be like, oh, Aquaman opening up to the world.
Yeah, I think it was a different end scene that we just didn't get because
Yeah.
we also didn't see Mira in the last scene either.
Yeah,
You would think she'd be standing next to him.
but no, she's in jail.
Yeah. So that just tells you it's a reshoot. No, she's not in jail. She's just not in the country.
Oh, even worse.
She just left the country. Anyways, yeah. So
Were there moments where you like felt like you wanted to touch Aquaman's suit? It feels like it feels nice.
in a way, but I don't know. Oh, so overall, the comedy was okay. Like there was definitely, I feel like we could have gotten more of a buddy cop comedy with like him and his brother, of like his brother trying the work, like.
Did you ever get
food
like
and
a
stuff.
Loki Thor vibe?
In a way, I know he also said that at one point. Like, look, he called him.
Yeah,
Loki,
he called him Loki, and I was
So-
like, oh, even the writers know this.
Yeah, so there was definitely that there. I don't know, guys. This was the end of it. So long, DCEU. We've had you since 2013.
Jesus
Last 10 years.
Christ.
You lasted as long as Marvel. No, a little less than Marvel, because Marvel started in 2008.
Oh.
But you guys have been doing your best. You've been trying. You didn't let bad knock you down once,
Maybe you
twice,
should have.
3, not even 7 times. It took you to 8. 8 movies later, after you started.
And so,
you're
if
like,
for
let's
any of
just
you,
hit the reset button.
for any of you guys think that this movie was good or any of the previous DC movies, please let us know in the comments below. Whether if you're on YouTube, do we do comments on Spotify?
There'll be a
There'll be a
question.
comment thing.
Yeah.
So just let us know. You can message us on Discord for anything. I'll mention it later. And let's see if we can kind of counteract that and prove you wrong.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No. But just let us know what you think, because you guys sometimes might think of something that we haven't thought
Real
of.
quick, what's your favorite DCEU movie?
DCEU movie.
The last 10 years of the DC movies, which one was your favorite?
I'm confused about all those movies, so I don't really know. What's yours?
Mine?
Because I don't know what's like what now anymore. I
Well,
need blueprints on my fucking wall to figure out.
You look at Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, Aquaman 1 and 2, The Flash, Suicide Squad,
Does the other
and The Suicide Squad was in
Okay.
it, technically, because of Harley Quinn. And then Blue Beetle, technically, and
Peacekeeper?
Wonder Woman.
Peacemaker?
Peacemaker, and then the one, but that's not a movie.
Oh,
And the Wonder
movies.
Woman movies.
The Suicide Squad on a technicality.
The James Gunn one.
Yeah. The others, actually,
You know what
don't
sucks
like.
is that both the Suicide
I didn't see
Squad,
Blue Beetle.
The Suicide Squad and Suicide Squad are literally like 1 and 2 for me out of my top 5. That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad because the first Suicide Squad is terrible.
It is, but it like if I had to look at my favorite one that left the most lasting memories, it's that movie.
Well,
Like the soundtrack,
I feel like
everything else, like
the
hype
soundtrack.
for
I
it.
mean, even the experience that we got to watch, like we had a whole thing. We had a
watched
whole
it 5
fucking day.
times.
We had a whole fucking day with it.
At Disney Springs, yeah.
You watched it 5 times.
No, we watched it a total 3 times together.
I don't admit to this on camera, but we had a whole thing with like Justin and
Yeah.
stuff. And we went out there, so like
Yeah, that for me
It
that's
resonates
memorable.
a
Yeah,
little bit.
it resonates more, and the soundtrack was great, and the color of the movie, like the color design, I do.
why
like.
you got to bring color into this?
No, I really did like that side of it. The color grading was really great on the movie, and the trailer. Like there was so much hype behind this movie.
There was a lot of
They
hype.
built it up so much, and then even afterwards, all the theories and conspiracies, and like it was such a hot topic movie
Right.
that it's
The-
got to be in my top.
I mean,
5,
the
if not
marketing
number
was
2.
like there.
Yeah, it's number 2 right there. And that, like, I don't think I'll ever see it again, but I'll always listen to that soundtrack whenever it comes on.
Yeah,
Like,
it does. It's
boom,
a,
let's
it's a
go.
good. Yeah, the soundtrack is pretty.
So
solid.
there is that,
And then that's it.
and everything else kind of.
Oh,
sucks.
and the Harley Quinn movie, that's in there.
Oh yeah, Birds of Prey. You know what?
Birds of
Birds
Prey.
of Prey would be 2, and
I
then
did not like Birds of Prey.
I liked Birds of Prey.
I like
more
Birds
than
of Prey
Suicide
because of the
Squad.
actresses.
Yeah,
They
But-
were nice.
and Aaron McGregor. You know, you got your Obi-Wan.
Yeah, you got Obi-Wan in
Yeah.
there
All right,
doing his best.
let's wrap
Did
this
you
up.
know Obi-Wan is a villain in 2 movies?
It's crazy.
What's the other one?
I don't remember right now.
Oh, Angels and Demons.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Where can they find you?
Oh, shit. I wasn't prepared to that question. You can find me on the Sphere
wait,
21.
wait.
What?
Wait. What do you rate the movie?
4. You can find
I
me on
rated
the
also
Sphere 21. You can find me on any social media platform at the Sphere 21, except for TikTok. I'm Oliver Kahn VA.
You can find me at AMORA Photography. You can find the studio at Archangel Studios, and you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Bye, guys.
Nice. Let's get fucking wrecked.